Let's be real, we're all kind of drowning in AI headlines. But what's it actually doing in the real world right now? Seriously, forget the hype for a minute. Today, we're going to look at the practical ways AI is reshaping business, and we've got over 100 real-world examples and the technical blueprints to show you how it all works.
You know, the biggest story from the past year is this massive shift. AI has officially left the lab. It's now on the front lines of business operations. And this isn't just some minor upgrade. No, it's creating something totally new, what people are calling the agentic enterprise. So think about it like this. AI is no longer just a tool you use, it's become an active, thinking part of your company's core.
Okay, so how does this actually play out? Here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by defining what this agentic enterprise thing really is. Then, we're diving into 4 key ways it's making a huge impact: unlocking data, automating really complex workflows, personalizing customer experiences, and of course, supercharging creativity. And we'll wrap up by looking at what this all means for the future of how we work.
So first up, the agentic enterprise arrives. We hear this term thrown around a lot, but what does it really mean? I'll tell you one thing. It is so much more than just a smarter chatbot.
McKinsey has a really great, clear definition for us here. Agentic AI is a system that can act in the real world. You see, the key isn't just thinking, it's doing. It's about executing complex, multi-step processes. It's the huge difference between an AI just answering a question and an AI actually going out and completing the task that the question was about in the first place.
And this quote, wow, it just perfectly captures the huge shift in mindset that's happening. We're not just installing software anymore. We're integrating a brand new kind of digital collaborator into our teams, one that you have to onboard, train, and give feedback to, almost like a new employee. It's a whole new ballgame. All right, let's look at the first major way these agents are changing the game, unlocking knowledge and data. I mean, most companies are just sitting on these mountains of information. We're talking petabytes of it that's just incredibly difficult to get to. Well, agentic AI is turning all those petabytes into actual answers you can use. To really get a feel for the scale here, just imagine this challenge. A research hospital has 50 petabytes of clinical data. That is an almost unimaginable amount of information. How in the world can they find the specific little piece of information they need? It's a task that could take a whole team of researchers months, if it's even possible at all.
So here's the solution. This is blueprint number 48 from Google's list. First, all that clinical data gets anonymized, obviously for privacy. Then, it's all pulled together into a massive data warehouse like BigQuery. But step 3 is the real magic. An AI indexes the entire 50 petabyte data set. And what that means is a researcher can just ask a question in plain English and get the answer back instantly. Work that used to take months is now done in minutes. Just think about that.
And this isn't just for medicine, not at all. The same basic idea applies everywhere. We're seeing it used for enterprise search, helping employees find anything across all of the company's different apps. It's being used to find hidden asteroids and astronomical data, to search through massive libraries of educational courses, even to transcribe video lessons in multiple languages. The scale is just huge.
Okay, let's move on to our next section and see how this all builds. We're now going beyond just search to automating entire, complex workflows. And this isn't just about doing the same old repetitive tasks faster. We're talking about AI handling processes that actually require reasoning and decision-making.
And McKinsey has a really critical insight here. You can't just plug an AI agent into a broken process and expect some kind of miracle. That's not how it works. The real value, the real win, isn't just adding AI. It's completely reimagining the entire workflow around the AI, creating this brand new integrated system of people, processes, and technology all working together.
This comparison just makes the difference crystal clear. On the left, you've got your traditional automation, right? It's fantastic for predictable, rule-based stuff. But on the right, you have Agentic AI, which is designed for the messy, high-variance work that, let's face it, defines most business operations. It can handle unexpected things and make decisions across multiple steps.
Next up, and this is one of the areas where we're seeing some of the most incredible results: hyper-personalizing customer experiences. For decades, marketing is always about targeting big groups, or segments. Well, AI is finally letting businesses move from those big segments to individuals, creating a true one-to-one relationship. So how does this actually work? Well, this blueprint shows the whole process. First, the system analyzes a user's data, what they've listened to, what they've watched. Then, for every single user, it sends their stats to a generative AI, like Google's Gemini,
with a prompt to create a fun, personal script. Finally, it generates unique audio and images just for them. That is a completely unique experience, created from millions of people all at once.
And this isn't just a concept, not by a long shot. Companies like Virgin Voyages are already doing this, creating thousands of unique, hyper-personalized ads and emails in a single campaign. The ability to connect with every single customer in a truly personal way is no longer science fiction. It's happening right now.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit, from analytics to art. AI is proving to be not just an analytical tool, but a really powerful creative partner, one that's capable of supercharging innovation in design, in marketing, and in content creation.
This blueprint is an absolute game changer for marketers. A team can start with a simple idea, a prompt like Kyoto in autumn. A language model helps generate a script, which then gets fed into a generative video model like Google's Veo. And just like that, you get a high-quality, totally unique video ad created in a tiny fraction of the time and cost of a traditional video shoot.
Now, this data from Filter.ai helps put that whole creative explosion into context. Creativity and recreation make up a pretty solid 13% of generative AI use cases. And yeah, that's significant. But it also shows us that this is just one piece of a much, much broader transformation that's hitting knowledge work, customer service, and software development just as hard.
So all of this brings us to the big question, the one everyone is asking. What does this mean for us, for our jobs? Well, it seems this isn't really about replacing people, but about fundamentally redesigning work itself around a new kind of collaboration, human-AI collaboration.
And let's be clear, humans remain absolutely essential in this new world. Our role is just shifting. We are needed to oversee the models, to make sure everything's compliant, and most importantly, to apply judgment and strategic nuance. The AI can handle the data, but humans are still needed to handle the weird edge cases, the anomalies, and ultimately, to be the one who signs off on the final decision.
And that brings us to the ultimate goal here. This isn't about just sprinkling a few AI projects around the company. No, the real win comes from building an entirely new AI-first operating model, where intelligent automation is baked into the very core of how the business runs.
Which leaves us with one final provocative thought. As we've seen from all these practical examples, the technology is no longer the barrier. It's here. The real question we all have to ask ourselves now is our business, is our culture, and are our teams actually ready to use it?